Hi. Okay. I'm excited. So this is going to be my first time doing these readings like live. Normally I record them and then I put them up, but I thought we would try just going super duper live. So we'll see how this goes. I've got some coffee here. I really, really encourage you guys to get comfortable. Do what you got to do to be able to hang in there with me throughout the duration of this. They might go up to like an hour long. So what I'm going to do, let's get right to it. We're going to sage, we're going to meditate a little bit, and then we're going to rock and roll with our How to Wear a Crown collective reading. And because this is live right here with you guys, I don't know what the title is going to be yet. So it just says, excuse me, my face is itchy. I don't know what the title is going to be yet exactly, but it just says How to Wear a Crown collective reading. And I know that there's a theme around balance. I can feel that already. And there's also going to be, this is for the weeks of roughly around like 6/9/24. So it actually predates today. I just wasn't led to come and actually do the reading yet. And then it's going to go all the way till about the 15th. As you know, Spirit is not a big fan of linear time constructs. That's just kind of like this weird little earth thing that we like to do here. And so it could predate the dates that I put a little bit, and it could also go a little bit beyond. It can also connect into, super duper past and super duper future. Say that 10 times fast, super duper future. We have to stay open-minded. So that's one of the things that I'm going to pray that we can do. Let's go for it. Have a little sage. Let's cleanse our area. Let's cleanse our minds, our hearts, our spirits, our spaces of all things that might prevent us from being able to receive beautiful, helpful, healing messages that we need today in the How to Wear a Crown collective. You might be asking, who and what is the How to Wear a Crown collective? Well, the How to Wear a Crown collective is me and an amazing group of thousands of women who are learning to see themselves through God's eyes and who are embarking on a journey of knowing their true worth. And it's you if you want to be, right? The second that you decide, I just looked up and it said 222 on the time. It's you if you want to be. The second that you decide, like, the vibe of that is for me. I think this Rachel girl has something that I want. I think that this community is something that is for me. The second you decide you want to be a part of this collective is the second that you are, and that these general collective readings will start being applicable to you. And it only gets deeper. There's always another layer, and there's always, like, and we say in our world, another level. So if you are on a journey of discovering your true worth, understanding your value, raising your self-esteem, increasing your confidence so that you can go after your biggest dreams, find your purpose, this could be for you. So I want you to just feel into it and see if this is the right vibe for you. Decide for yourself. I know that I'm not for everybody, so that's okay. If this isn't your space, we love you anyway, and we hope that you find your space. So let me start off my prayer the way I always do. God, angels, universe, all that there is, please come into this space. Work through me, speak through me, work through me, speak through me, work through me, speak through me, to deliver the helpful, healing, beautiful messages that are intended to help the women, the people. I do have men that join these collectives as well, even though we're very feminine in nature. This does apply to our guys as well. Help me to speak messages that are in alignment with what the audience needs to hear. Move me and all my junk and all my problems, all my things to the side today, God, so that I can be a humble, open vessel and just purely channel your love and your light into the world today for the people that watch this video. Help me to utilize this beautiful divine card deck to assist me in providing those messages in the areas of love, in the areas of health, in the areas of wealth, and help everybody to get a message in each one of those areas that will help them move forward a little bit in each one of those places. I also ask that you help the audience have an open mind, an open heart, be open to receiving what it is that you have to bring into this space today. Help everybody leave this energetic space feeling more worthy than they did when they walked in, having a little more, one more puzzle piece to the picture that will create whole health in their life than they did before they walked in here. And I just ask this with the purest of intentions and the most loving heart. Amen. I also want to burn just like a little Palo Santo. And since this is kind of a new deal, I'll be so happy to see if anybody actually pops up to join live. Little Palo Santo. It's the holy wood, they call it, and it smells minty and nice. I love Palo Santo. So beautiful. Beautiful vibe that it brings. So, some for you, some for me. So, that being said, if you don't know who I am already, my name is Rachel. Hi, I'm Rachel D. Greenwell. I am known by my community as the Soulful Self-Worth CEO. I am a quantum queen coach. I am the author of this book right here called How to Wear a Crown, a practical guide to knowing your worth. It's available on Amazon. This book also inspired an entire beautifully, divinely guided program that you can walk through, self-paced, all by yourself. It is a purchasable product that you can get. You don't even need me. You can be in a different time zone and still purchase this program and get the most benefits from it. It is recorded videos, so you can do it on your own time, in your own way, you know, in your own schedule, in a way that works for you, for a fraction of the price of what it would cost to do coaching with me one-on-one. You can also add coaching with me one-on-one as an add-on. So that being said, know that all the information to do that is in the comments below. Comments, not the comments, the description. Today we will be using this deck. This is called the How to Wear a Crown Divine Guidance Cards. This is another product that is in alignment with the How to Wear a Crown collection. And these are also going to be available for sale. You can go ahead and buy yours now. They're not out ready for shipment yet. There is some edits I need to do. I have my deck that I bought to approve the deck for myself before it goes out for mass print, and you can pre-order them. They will not be available to come to your doorstep for about a year after you purchase, but you can pre-order, and that means that you'll get a special gift from me and a special letter from me when you get your delivery. So it is worth it to purchase ahead of time. And you'll get a couple goodies that nobody else will ever get who didn't trust and love the deck enough to get it on pre-order. So I would definitely do that if I were you. If you are a deck collector, not a debt collector, a deck collector. If you love new and different decks. And what's great about these cards is that they're so beautiful on their own, and you can get so much from them, especially if you're like an intuitive reader. You can get so much from them just on their own, but then once you dive into the book and the program, then the meanings just expand and expand and expand. It's like so limitless the way that God utilizes this program, and it's a movement, really. You know, it's a collection, it's an energy, it's a vibe, right? That's why I call it the collective. So that being said, if you can't tell, I'm very proud of the How to Wear a Crown Collective, and I'm very proud of the How to Wear a Crown products. But at the end of the day, I know that it was all God. Like I always tell everybody, this was given to me first. Like I needed it. That was my thing. Like I needed to know and understand my value and my worth more than like that for my own life and for my own journey, to be able to step into my purpose and be able to do the work that I do and serve people. I think I want to put my hair up, but I don't have like a don't have a hairband. I normally have one like on my wrist or right beside me. But it was for me first. God walked me through this journey for myself and deeply transformed me from the inside out. And it turns into this beautiful thing that we get to do together. So, all right, let's get started. Let's pull some cards. This is going to be for the area of, oh, hang on just a second. Y'all are going to get weird me because I'm live. Okay, what do we got? There's love, area of love. All right. What else do we got for the area of love? The way that we do this is we pull 3 cards for each area. Oh, there's our next one for love. Love. And then I read them to you in the order that they were given to me. And then we pull for each zodiac sign. Ooh, interesting. All right. What do we got for health? Health. What do we got for health? Health. Okay. What do we got for health? There it is. Lord Souls. And there it is for health. All right. What do we got for wealth? That one. All right. What else do we got for wealth? All right. And what else do we got for wealth? There we go. Okay. So starting in the area of love, the very first card that came out was this beautiful card right here that says, with great power comes great responsibility. This is an overall energy. I call them overarching energies for some reason. It's what I keep getting led to say. I'm like, this is an overarching energy because I feel like it's like, that's the image that I get in my head. It's like this arch, right? Like kind of like a big, like a rainbow shape, like an arch, right? And it is the main energy. And then it umbrellas, right? Smaller energies. 1222 was on the clock, which is a really big synchronicity for me of just like ancestors in my lineage, the elders of my family that are here guiding me and protecting me. So I just wanted to shout that out. So it umbrellas, right? It covers a whole plethora of smaller energies where we get more detailed. And so sometimes we need to focus on larger scale viewpoints. Sometimes we need to hone in and focus on smaller scaled viewpoints. And what I'm getting for the entire collective right now is that for the area of love, whether this be our intimate love relationships, our soulmate relationships, our partnership, spouse, like boyfriend, girlfriend kind of relationships, friendships, we kind of cover like all the different types of love, different dynamics that we could have with our family members. We need to be thinking about more general, God's eye view. Okay. That we're thinking about the details. Okay. So sometimes like maybe you could get angry with somebody and you're like, start picking them apart. You're like, oh, if you don't stop eating them chips that way. Like when you're mad at somebody, like when you're having like a resentment against somebody, like everything else that they do, like really starts bothering you. Kind of a thing, like you're looking at details and picking people apart. And I think the universe really just wants to say, back up, come up high. Think about love from a larger perspective. Think about love on a bigger scale. That what really matters, like at the end of the day, like if I don't want to like paint these awful pictures, but like what if the person that you're picking apart, like if they died right now, like would you be like, they eat chips so loud and messy? Like no, you wouldn't. You'd be like, you'd be hyper focused on all the good things that they ever did and all the things that you're going to miss. And like, you would be like, I miss even those little things that annoyed me. Like, even like, please, if I would give anything for you to come eat chips loud and messy with me, right? Like, that's kind of the idea here. And I know that's a little grim, but I've done a couple of these readings already, and they both have been like that, where like God really wants me to hone in on like some tough lessons about life and stuff. Like, you might be thinking way too detailed. Like, at the end of the day, and maybe it's about looks or something, like, they're 5 pounds over the weight that I typically like in a person, or they got, I don't know, ugly hair, they wear their hair stupid, or I don't know, like, whatever. At the end of the day, it's not about any of those things. It's about, does the soul that inhabits that body, like, is that a soul that you're deeply and divinely connected to, that you love, that you want in your world? And do you love them? That's how you're going to up level in love right now, is by pulling your vision into the macro perspective, God's eye view, baby. Look at it bigger, okay? Get away. Just stop hyper focusing on those little things. The next card that we pulled was the evolution of your worthiness, and which is the overarching theme. And then we have our smaller theme as being acceptance, which is it is what it is, that we do in our program. We always put the it is what it is on it, which means accept it for what it is. Allow things to be what they are. You need to deeply accept the current situation. So something about love that you need to accept, right? Maybe it's that these little things exist, and that everybody has little things that are annoying, or that are going to bother you in some way, and that you're not going to have great love if you can't get over the, like, nobody's going to be perfect kind of a thing, is what I'm hearing. Like, the grass is not always greener on the other side. Nobody's ever going to be perfect. Everybody's going to find that, like, once you get to a certain level of depth and connection with people, they're going to piss you off. Okay? If you hung out with me long enough, I'll piss you off. Trust me. It happens all the time. Okay? There's not a human person in the world that you will not get annoyed with, pissed off at, if you hang out with them for a certain over a certain length of time. It just happens. Conflict is a thing that happens in relationships. Nobody's exactly the same as you, and nobody's going to be perfect, okay? So maybe when it comes to some of these personality things, character things, little annoyances that you might be feeling about people, you need to just be like, you know what? It is what it is. Like, this is just who they are. I'm either going to love them or I'm not going to love them. Period. Next in the area of love is that still small voice as the overarching energy. And our smaller energy, our more minor energy, is going to be the persona self versus the authentic self. So this is this message of, who do you want to be loved by, and how do you want to be loved? Do you want to be loved for a version of yourself that you're not really, right? Like, maybe you've been trying to present as like, I'm this or I'm that, or maybe there's some truths about you that people don't know. And if you put that out there, right, there's a reason why we like have like this presenter self, and why we have like this authentic self, like the version of us that we really are, all the things that we really think, how we might really be. And sometimes we hold on, we hide those pieces, and we push them down, and we put them in the shadows of our consciousness so that people won't see them. But it's because we're scared of rejection. And we ask ourselves this question, we go, are people going to love me if they knew? Ooh, are people going to love me if I really, if they found out how broken I was? Are people going to love me if they found out how much trauma I've been through? Are people going to love me if they found out that I made that mistake in the past? Are people going to love me if they find out that I have this opposing viewpoint than them? Are people really going to love me for me? Or should I keep just pretending because they like this version? Or not even pretending so much as maybe not putting it all out there, right? Like, are they going to like, are they going to bounce if I give more, if I let them in a layer deeper, kind of a deal? Will they run away? Will they reject me? Will they hate me? What will they think? Okay, so, but what happens, right, when we hide all of that, all of the things that are truly there underlying, is that we're going to attract people that only like that superficial version of ourselves that they're seeing. And until we let people see deeper layers of us, we can't be loved any deeper. So do you actually, that's a powerful question that I would love for you to answer. Answer it in the comments, answer it in a notebook. I don't give a fuck where you answer it. Just, answer it to yourself. Am I actually available to be loved deeper? And then if so, am I going to risk that? Am I going to risk maybe losing some of the people that are in my current life for being who I am? Am I going to risk having some conflicts in my relationships, because you might not even lose everybody, but it might create some conflicts that have to be worked through? Am I willing to risk the conflict? Am I willing to go through? There's like a mucky zone. There's a mucky area that we kind of have to trudge through when we decide to put a new layer of ourselves out in the open. But every time we do that, right, we risk it, and it's scary, then we get to be loved deeper. And then it's also, there's two sides to that coin. Am I willing to love somebody else's deeper layers? Am I willing, which will involve shadow, right? Which will involve pieces that are ugly, things that you might not like, things that might not be comfortable to know or experience about that person. Am I available? Am I ready to be loved and love a level and a layer deeper than I'm currently loving? Whew. I need a sip of coffee after that one. That was a lot, y'all. What are you thinking right now? Oh, what are you thinking? We need to burn some more sage or some shit. What are you thinking about all that? Because that was really deep for me. And that's for our whole collective, y'all. Does that resonate? Like, drop some comments and put some hearts or something if it's resonating with you so far in the area of love. And if you are, right, if you accept that from the universe, I just want you to affirm it. I want you to write in the comments, like, I'm ready to love and be loved a layer deeper. And it doesn't have to be all the layers, right? We don't have to take it all the way to the core yet, but just a layer at a time, like peeling back the onion. We can just one more layer as we up-level our lives in love, okay? Okay. Whew. Okay. Are you guys ready for the next area? All right. We're going to go for the area of health. So the first card that I pulled out for the area of health is the consequences. The overarching energy is the consequences, and the underlying energy is the ripple effect. So when we're thinking about our health, what are the consequences? Oh, you're going to hate me. Everybody's going to hate me, and they're going to stop watching my channel. There's going to be so many unsubscribes right now. I didn't watch it. She's telling me too much. She's making it too hard. I don't want to listen to her anymore. What are the consequences of like your current habits around health? If we were really honest, where are you headed? What kind of meals are you eating, right? What's your workout routine like? What about the things that are affecting your mental health? This is lots of health, right? Physical health, mental health, emotional health, spiritual health. Did I say the one? All of the health, right? What's negatively impacting your health? And where is that going to lead you? Okay? If it's affecting you this badly right now, what's it going to feel like? Is it going to get better if you just keep doing it like this? I want you to think down the road a little bit. Think 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. What's going to happen? How is this going to, right? What kind of ripple effect is this creating in your own life into your own future? How is this affecting your family that you're in this kind of state of health or negative health, right? Whatever. How is it affecting the people around you, your community, your work? I mean, how is it affecting things? And are those consequences worth continuing the negative habits that you're currently doing around health? And on the flip side, right? What positive habits around health? What things do you need to just like go to the doctor? What do you need a checkup? Do you need to just make sure that everything's okay in an area? Is there a specialist appointment that you've been meaning to book that you haven't booked? Is there, some kind of spiritual healer that you've been wanting to go to that you haven't gone to? Is there whatever, right? A workout routine that you've been wanting to start? Do you really know? Your doctor's been telling you for 5 years that you need to reduce your sodium, and you're still eating salt on every meal. Like whatever it is that, like, what habits do you need to set in place? What are the consequences of that? Look forward 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, look down the road and tell me, what do you get? What is the result? What's the negative result if you keep going on this way? What's the positive result if you go down this other way, right? In my program, we talk about this idea of like a checkpoint and a fork in the road moment where you get this choice. I can do this or I could do that. Like you're getting this, God says like you're getting this checkpoint moment right now where like check yourself before you wreck yourself. You've got some options. You got some different pathways you could go. And whichever one you pick is really going to determine the course of your future. And that right now, the energy is in perfect alignment to be fully supported to start walking a new pathway. That's what I'm hearing. You have the full support of the whole universe right now if you chose a better pathway. This is a time where it will be, I heard the word glide, like you'll kind of glide into a new pathway easier, like, so it's not going to be as hard as you think it is. Like I'm hearing that like you really feel like it's going to be so hard, and you're like scared of how much work it's going to be and how much pain you're going to feel and how much resistance you're going to have to it, and it's just going to be this like grinding struggle energy. And I'm hearing that that's not the case, that you're fully supported. The whole universe is backing this, and astrologically, even though I don't know what is going on in the planets right now, I'm just hearing that astrologically, like this is a time that's supporting specifically choices that will help you jump into new pathways around health. Okay. Next we have for the area of health is all of me loves all of you. It's the overarching energy and core values. So what we really want to do is check out, what do you truly value around health? Right? What do you truly value around health? So maybe you've been working way too much because you wanted money so that you could pay for like massages and the gym membership, and you wanted to be able to pay for like all this cool like gym equipment or workout clothes, or like I'm just seeing like things, right, that you feel like you believe are like associated with health, right? You believe that like, oh, if I could just join that specific fitness program or hire that personal trainer or like something like that, that would be the ticket to like my health being better. But maybe your core value is actually that what you value more is, rather than having like all of that like luxury stuff or having all the things and the memberships and like the trainers, and like that's what I'm seeing in my head is like memberships and trainers, and like that you feel like you need like this whole team of effing people or something to be able to like that you're just such a lost cause when it comes to your health, that you're like, I need expert care in every area. And God, universe is saying, no, that's not the case. What you actually need is just to stop. I'm just hearing stop spending your money. Like, you don't need a personal trainer. You don't need the top tier gym membership. You don't need the Peloton or whatever that big fancy like thing is. You don't need a virtual personal trainer or some shit. Like you don't need I'm just hearing you don't need it all. You don't need it all. You need time and space and energy and like your own loving energy put back into yourself. You need just simple things like a routine, consistency, determination. You need to use what you have at your disposal. I'm hearing, I'm seeing, like, just go outside, utilize what you have. I'm seeing things. God's showing me like this vision of, there was a house that I used to live in, and the park, there was a park. No, it wasn't a park. Okay, so I lived in a house in a neighborhood, and then like the next road over, there was like an apartment building, and that apartment building had a little pond, and it had this little walking track around it, and they had outdoor gym equipment at like each kind of like corner of the park. And so you could like walk this circle track around this little duck pond and hit each like outdoor gym equipment. And it was like, me and my son just like went on a walk one day and then discovered that this was here the whole time. And I was like, this is amazing. And then so I just like made it part of my routine that like I walked this track and I hit each one of these outdoor gym equipment. And they didn't care, like at the apartment complex, that like I walked over there and used, it was like a public thing for all of the whole big giant of apartment complex. And like I didn't live in that apartment complex, but it was still available to me, right? Not just because I didn't rent one of their apartments and I lived in the next street over. Like, it was just there all along, and I could use it all along. So it's like, that's kind of the message that I'm getting, is like, there's things are available to you like for free that are easy to access, that like you don't even know are available to you. So I don't know what that's all about, but that's the message, that you need, like, look around, look outside, go on a walk outside, see what's around, talk to your friends. You know, like with Planet Fitness, like you can, like, your friends can take you for free. Like maybe you're like really strapped for cash or something, and like you don't even have to pay for it because one of your friends has been paying for it and dying for a gym buddy. Like there's something so easy and effortless that's around like you improving your health, where you don't actually have to spend the money that you think you do, and that it's not going to be quite as hard as you think it's going to be, and that you just, you know, you're prioritizing the wrong things. So you need to look at, what is the core value, what do you actually value about health, and then line up with that, right? Line up with that. So like, even if it was like reducing your work hours from 40 hours to 32 hours so that you could use those other hours to take a hike each day, and just like being in nature, because being in nature is a value of yours, because that lifts you up and makes you feel healthier. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. All right, last one for the area of health is dun, 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 dun. We've got a rule. We've got one of the rules of royalty here. This is a big deal when one of the rules pops out, because these are major moments. Okay, rule 4, which is honor yourself like royalty. So in the How to Wear a Crown program, we have 4 rules of royalty. It's a very simple structure that we operate within. We learn to embody these 4 rules. Of course, you have to dig into the program, get in the book, and get in the program in order to understand the complexities of those rules. But rule 4 is honor yourself like royalty, and that just means that you're holding yourself in a high regard. You're holding yourself in high esteem. You are thinking highly of yourself. The energy that you hold around yourself and for yourself is positive. So for my more spiritual folks, I want you to think about your auric field, and I want you to think about what types of energies are in that field. What are you carrying around you, right? And those energies that are created around you in your auric field, where they come from is from it's thought forms. Okay. So a thought form, they call it a thought form because it starts from thinking. And then when we grab a hold of that thought and we start feeling feelings about it, right? And then we start making actions around it. We start doing things that are, add fuel to the fire of that thought. That's when it formulates, right? The thoughts turn form. Like if it's It's just a thought until I start speaking about it. And now I'm bringing form to that thought. It's just a thought until I start writing about it. And then now I've brought form to that thought. It's just a thought until I start, looking up images surrounding that thing. And then they're bringing form to that thought. Does that make sense? So what I'm hearing is stop bringing form to the thoughts that you don't want to be turn into formulated energies in your auric field. Okay, so only bring form to the thoughts that you would want to hold. Okay, think about there being like this big bubble of energy that you exist in. Okay, if you think a thought that you don't think about it becoming a thing, right? If I'm thinking an angry thought, think, do I want to carry around anger with me all day long inside of my auric bubble? Is that what I want to hold all day long as I'm walking through the world? Do I want to just hold anger energy? No. Okay, well then don't buy into that. Don't, keep obsessing over that thought. Don't let it take form. Switch your thoughts to a thought that you want to take form, to a thought and to an energy that you want to hold with you as you walk through your day. And I'm hearing, that could be a really big reason why you feel unhealthy, that you're just carrying unhealthy thought forms with you throughout your day, and you don't know how to spiritually cleanse, and you don't know how to shift your thinking. And that's where, the How to Wear a Crown book and program might really come in to help you a lot to learn how to do this right here, which is honor yourself like royalty. And we don't honor ourselves like royalty until we learn the other 3 rules, and until we learn to really take responsibility for those thought forms and for our energy, okay? All right. That was good. I like that. Okay. Next. Coffee. Cheers. You want to get a little sip of your drink? Stretch with me. Ready? Y'all better do this too. Don't just make me sit here and stretch by myself. You got to do it with me, right? We got to get connected. It's got to be interactive. Air high five, okay? Not air high five. We'll do internet high five. Whoosh. High five the camera with me, okay? High five your screen. Whoosh. Nux on the screen. Whoosh. All right. Comments. What did you think? What did you think about health? Did you get anything from that? Was it relevant? I love you guys so much. I can feel all the energies of the people that are going to watch this. Okay. Next, we've got the area of wealth. Our first card for the area of wealth is the consequences. Is the overarching energy, and our underlying energy is negative self-talk. So you're talking to yourself negatively about wealth. You don't feel wealthy because you don't think wealthy. Coming back around to this guy and you're not holding wealthy thought forms, right? You're not creating wealthy vibrations in your auric field because you're talking to yourself negatively about it. Okay. What do you think about wealth, and why are you talking to yourself so negatively about it? What is it that makes you feel so poor or so unwealthy? What does wealth even mean? And do you have anything that does make you feel wealthy? How can you switch your thought to a more wealthy mindset? I'm hearing it's like the looking at the cup as half empty instead of half full kind of a thing. Look at what you do have. There is an exercise I want to give you. Challenge time. Okay, here's the challenge. If you choose to accept it. Are you ready? Write ready in the comments if you're ready. The challenge, if you choose to accept it, is to clean and organize your house and make note of all of the things that you have. Nothing makes me feel more wealthy than cleaning and organizing my house, because then you start doing this thing where you go, what? when did I get this cup? Like, I forgot I had that cup. Like, it's a having. It puts you into a having energy instead of a have not energy. You start going, well, I forgot. God, I've had this book. Wow, I've had this book for a decade and I still haven't read it. And like, instead of being in your Amazon cart, dropping 20 other books in there that you will also not read, how about just refocusing on the books that you already have and like reading them? There's maybe you have a stack of books and a wealth of knowledge available to you already that you haven't read, right? Or, man, I really want to read Rachel's book, but I'm unemployed right now. Honey, go to the library. And if they don't have it, did you know that if your library doesn't have a book that you want to read, that they have to buy it for you? Well, they don't have to, but I have not seen a library yet that has refused to purchase my book and make it available for somebody to read it. I tell people that all the time because I'm a crazy business person. Instead of being like, figure out how to buy it yourself, I just go to your local library and be like, I want to read How to Wear a Crown, a practical guide to knowing your worth. Where's it at? And when they don't have it, be like, hey, could you guys get that for me? Because I really want to read it. They'll do it. What I was talking about though was like getting into the energy of having instead of the energy of have not. How can I instead of how can't I? That's also a wealth vibration, right? Instead of being like, there's no way that I could start, working out today, right? Coming back to like the health thing, being like, yes, there is a way. Like, that's a wealthier mindset because it puts you into the energy of having instead of the energy of have not. I do have a way instead of I don't have a way. Anything that makes you say I have, instead of I can't or I don't have, that's a wealthy mindset. Okay, so that's really simple. And then I just want you to clean and organize your house and look at all the things that you do have and just be thankful and grateful for them. A rug changes the whole vibe of a room. If you have a rug, that's a thing to have that can make you feel wealthy. It brings a sense of comfort to your room. Really dive into why am I grateful to have this thing? What does it do for me to have it? Right? Like, I'm going to give you an example of with this mug. Okay, I have this mug, right? My baby picked this mug out for me for my birthday, so it makes me think of him. So I'm grateful to have it because of that. It has beautiful affirmations on it, so I'm grateful to have it because of that. It makes me think positive things. I'm grateful to have this mug because it's a big mug and it holds a lot of coffee at one time. I don't have to fill up my cup over and over again. Like, at the end of the day, I could be like, it's just a mug. Or I could do that thing where I'm going into these beautiful energies around what does this mug create for me. And now I've taken a thought about a mug and created these beautiful energetic thought forms. Okay. Next, we've got maintaining your worth and managing guilt. So with that, I just want to say, if you've had some negativity around wealth, don't worry about it. Forget about it. Everybody does. We all have bad thoughts. We all have negative self-talk about literally every area of our life. That's why I'm here, first of all, is to offer you some education and different ways to think about all the different areas of your health so that you can up-level your life and love, health, and wealth and go after your dreams. So if that wasn't a very common problem amongst the masses of people, I wouldn't be right here right now, okay? So you're not the only one, and it's easy to change, and you just have to forgive yourself, okay? So just first, don't beat yourself up over not being able to do something, not doing something that you didn't know you needed to be doing. That's the message. Don't beat yourself up over not doing something that you didn't know that you needed to be doing. Now you know, Spirit's saying you've got some negative self-talk around wealth. Let's figure out how to do something different now. That's wonderful. It's great news to find out our problems, because when we find out our problems, then we can find our solutions. When we figure out what are the things that we've been doing that aren't serving us so great, then we can figure out the things that will serve us great, and we get to change our world. So it's a wonderful thing to discover. And lastly, in the area of wealth, and it said 4444 on the time right when I said that last thing. So that must have hit somebody. If it was you, put it in the comments. Okay, our last card for wealth is remember who you are as the overarching energy, and then the underlying energy is rediscovering your innocence So with this card, Spirit just wants you to remember that your life is the wealth. Okay, our life is the wealth. We come into this world with nothing. We come into this world as a little infant baby that, doesn't own anything. Anything that we get is given to us from grace, from love, out of nurturing, and then we acquire. Right? There are those lucky ones that have that maybe a legacy was left to them, or they already had a trust fund before they were born. I don't know. I did not. I didn't have a trust fund before I was born. But what was the most powerful lesson that I learned in my life was that money doesn't mean wealth, and things doesn't mean wealth. That the things that are permanent are our memories, the connections that we create with people, the experiences that we have, the lessons that we learn. It's so much more, and it's my life. I had a moment in my journey where I had like a near death. Well, I call it a near death experience because I was still conscious and awake. I never lost consciousness, but I was very sick, and I was very close to. I felt like I was closer to death than I was life, and then so I had a spiritual awakening. But it was very similar to experiences that I hear people talk about when they talk about near death experiences. So with that, I call it my near death experience because I think it's cute. And with that, I realized when I wasn't grateful for my life before that. And then when I had that experience, it was like, no, wait, God, please give me no, I want to be healthy. I want my life. I want to live. It was like when I was faced with that, like, oh, death or life, it was like life. And life was everything. And it didn't matter if I was if the life that I was choosing was a life where I had no things and no money and nobody liked me or whatever it was, because that's what gave me hope. That's what gave me a chance. That's what gave me opportunity for spiritual growth. And it was just a very deep situation where I realized that I was what was wealthy, right? This human existence was wealth for me. Having a physical body for my soul to inhabit so that I get a chance to serve my purpose here in the physical world, that was fucking wealthy. Okay? So remember who you are. You're a soul that inhabits this body. You came in and you got a body. And when you leave, you're going to leave that body. So the only thing that you can consistently rely on and have ownership over is like that body, that's what matters. And so that kind of ties me back into our topic about health, because it's worth taking care of, because it's the wealthiest thing that you have. It's the most valuable thing that you have is your body, because that's what keeps you that is the vessel that houses your soul. That's what keeps you here, being able to parent your babies and love a person and hug a person and have human experiences. And having human experiences it's very important for the soul's growth. It's very important. Okay. I'm going to pull up the zodiac signs. because I won't do them in order otherwise. All right, let's start with Aries. And then I'm going to come back. I'll come back later and do the timestamps on all of these. Aries, you got one of the most powerful cards in the deck, the How to Wear a Crown card. So in this deck, there is what I call the major themes. And this is one of the major themes, which is just how to wear a crown, which basically just means Aries, it's probably your time to shine with just embarking on this journey in general. I feel like you've just been you haven't been focused on self-worth, self-love, self-care really at all. I feel like you've been self-sacrificial. I feel like you've been thinking about everybody but yourself probably. And it's just time to just start this whole journey in general. What does this even mean? What is How to Wear a Crown? Whether you do that through my program or anybody else's, well, you can't do it through anybody else's. It's one of a kind. There's really nothing like this program. But I mean, even if you just looked up the definition of like self-worth, what is self-worth? What is that she's even teaching about? Why is it important? Like, just start somewhere today to begin a path of learning your worth. Okay, that's Aries. Next, we have Taurus. Oh, Taurus, you have that still small voice as the overarching energy. And then we've got ego versus self-worth. So, Taurus, please be mindful that you're staying equal in your consciousness and in your thinking, that you're staying equal to everybody else. You're not letting your ego do this thing where you're staying balanced. Okay, you're going, I'm just as good as everybody else. I'm not better than anybody else. I'm not worse than anybody else. I'm just kind of a normal person. Like I'm just a normal person. That's what the ego versus self-worth is all about. Just reminding yourself that you have the same worth and value as any other person on the planet. Not better than, not worse than, not more abilities, not less abilities, not more intelligent, not less intelligent, not more privileged, not less privileged. Human experience. You're human. You're having a human experience just like every other person, okay? And then we just pulled for Gemini. Gemini, we want to talk about maintaining your worth as an overarching energy and connecting to others. So we talked about earlier in love about, the layers of connecting deeply. Really focus on that. How can you connect to others maybe a little bit more deeply? I think this is the message that is the most for you today in that area of love. How can you connect to others a little more deeply in a true way, in an uninhibited way, fearlessly, relentlessly, authentically, deep, for real, okay? In this way where it's like, I'm going to lay it all out here, even though I don't know I can't control what the consequences are of that. I can't control what the outcome is of me putting my whole heart and soul out here, but I'm willing to take the risk. Okay, that's Gemini. Next, we're gonna do Cancer. Cancies. Okay, Cancers, you have law of attraction. You are the creator of your reality. So with my Cancers, I want you to just remember that you have power and just affirm to yourself that you have power. And right now, I feel like you're probably just thinking like, this is just the life that I got. These are the cards that I was dealt. And this is just probably what I'm stuck with forever. This is the way it was for my parents and my parents' parents. And so it's obviously just the way that's going to be for me. But Spirit just wants you to know, like, you can shift at any point in time. Life is your canvas. Age doesn't matter. Gender doesn't matter. Whatever doesn't matter. Like, anything that you can be putting in between, like, you and the life of your dreams, like, that's not true. It's just that's just a made up barrier. You're the creator of your reality. you get to make this life what you want it no matter what. And you just got to remember your power. And you only have to have one step. Like, you might be a big dreamer, and so you're like, how could that ever, like, be for me? But it can, and you don't have to know step 2700 of how to get from where you're at right now to this big end result. Okay, you just need to know step 1. Okay, and God also said, ask me, ask me, rely on God, be in connection with your higher power, and lean on that spiritual support a little bit instead of feeling like it's all on you, because it's not, especially on a journey to like learning your purpose and finding your true love and like all of those kind of things that are of spiritual nature. Rely on spiritual support for. Okay, that's Cancer. Now we're doing Leo. Not getting the Leo. There we are, Leo. Okay. Leo, wow, another overall theme, another major theme, up-level your life. So major time to just think about, what does that look like? What would raise you to the next level the most and the fastest? What one area of life do you, like, I feel like it's like, I'm just gonna run to rehab. Like, maybe you're using, and it's like, I just need to leave this whole entire lifestyle. Like, this is not the place for me. Like, I got to get away from all of these people, all of these things, all of that, right? Just leave this whole place. Like, maybe like I'm seeing this energy of like, I'm living in the trap house, and like, I'm just running out of the door into the rehab. Like, there's a rehab down the road and you're going there instead. You're like, fuck this, I'm out. And you just go and you run for your life to support. And it's like a whole entire change of the world for you. Or maybe like you're in some kind of like religion or something that's not for you, and you're like, oh, I can't do this another second. And you just dash and you just cut and you go, right? It's a very big exit from a whole energy that encompasses people, places, and things that make up that energy. And you're just going to cut ties with all of it, and you're going to go. Okay. Was that my Leos? That was my Leos. You're cutting ties with all of it, and you're just going to go, honey. Just go. Okay, Virgos. Let me know if any of that's making sense for any of my specific zodiac signs. Is that happening? What's happening? Is this aligning for you? Virgos. I got to get Leo out of my energy field. I'm still on my Leos. Okay, Virgo. Okay, Virgo, we are in the vibe of overarching energy of what matters most. And the myth that you have to love yourself first is the underlying energy. So I feel like you've done enough loving yourself first, and you're allowed to be accepted and fully loved right where the fuck you're at. Fully loved, fully accepted. Somebody will love you exactly how you are. You don't have to do any more work. You're allowed to have love right now. You deserve love right now. You deserve a soulmate connection right now. You deserve a twin flame connection right now. You deserve soulmate friends right now. You deserve, supportive family right now. You deserve all of those connections. You deserve right now, no matter what. You don't have to love yourself first anymore. Permission from the universe to accept yourself exactly where you're at and receive love exactly where you're at right now. Okay? Period. Point blank period. Done. That's it. Don't overthink it. I know Virgo was like, did you really just tell me, of all people, not to overthink something? I did. Yes, please. Don't overthink it. You're allowed to have it now. Period. Can you please put that on a Post-it and put it in your fucking mirror? I'm allowed to have love right now. I give myself permission to have love right now. And all my fucked upness, and all my messed upness, and all my brokenness, and all my craziness, and all my whatever. Right now. All right. Look at me telling Virgo not to overthink it, and then I keep expanding on it anyway. Okay. Next, we got Libra. All right, Libras. The consequences, be honest with yourself. Okay, so the consequences, be honest with yourself. This is thinking really deeply. This is really trying to look at the consequences, the overarching energy, but being honest with ourselves about what that is. You're like, you don't know what to do. You're like confused. You're like, I want to do this, but I don't know if I want to do that. And is that really the right way? And have I, this is what I've been thinking. This is what I thought. And this is what I've been taught. But is it really? And it's just like, just be honest with yourself. Okay. Wherever all the things that you've been thinking or wherever all the choices that you've been wanting to make or been coming from, it's like, it doesn't matter where it came from. Like, you are your own individual person. You can think for yourself, and you're the only one that really knows the answers to these questions that you have on your heart. Okay. So you listen to you and be honest with you. That's my baby Libras. Okay. Scorpios. Oh, I still feel Libra. Okay. Scorpios. Do we have 3 over major theme energies in this reading today? That's crazy. So Scorpios, that's us. That's me and you. If you're Scorpio, comment below. That's me and you. Okay, I'm Scorpio. So we got love, health, and I'm Scorpio sun and Scorpio moon, by the way. So I'm like a pretty Scorpio. So if you're Scorpio, I get you so much. Just tell me in the comments if you're Scorpio and where you're from. Say hi to me. Love, health, and wealth is our card. Yes, that's because we're going after it right now. Like, this is our time to shine. We're really been like, you know what? Do I want love, or do I want health, or do I want wealth? Like, what do I want to focus on? And we've been doing this thing where we go, all of it. I just threw the card. All of it. I want to focus on all of it. I want to have all of it. So I'm going to focus on all of it. And we're just finding like this divine balance in having it all and allowing ourselves to admit that we want it all, and like going after that life where it is perfectly balanced, where we've got love, we've got health, we've got the wealth, and like just really letting ourselves have permission to A, want it all, and B, have it all. So that's Scorpio. That's what you got to do. Just like Virgo had to accept, like, I'm allowed to have the love, like we have to accept right now, like, oh God, I'm dying. Okay, I'm back. I dropped some of the cards. We have to accept that that's the truth for us. That's a very Scorpionic thing. Scorpio is all about like pleasure, right? I desire is like the Scorpio theme. What do we desire? All of it. And we're going to have to be okay with that. That's just who we are. That's who we're made to be. All right. So that's what's up. Sagittarius. That's my rising. I want to see hearts and stars and rainbows and whatever else, comments and emojis, okay? Sagittarius, that's my rising. So I love this sign as well so deeply. We got what matters most as your overarching theme, and put yourself first. So this is a time where anything that's coming between you and letting yourself have your own energy first, you need to cut that thing out. You've been letting yourself put others first, or put things above yourself, or put yourself on the back burner so that other things can be more important for far too long. And that is that's not it right now. Like for you, Sag, like you're going to be you first. It's your turn. Okay. That's it. Okay. Almost done here. Sag, we got Capricorn, Aquarius, and then Pisces. All right. Capricorn, living in a material world is the overarching energy, and time is the most valuable resource as our underlying theme. Capricorn, I know you guys are like calendar people. So do a little time audit, take a look at your energy exertion per time thing, because it's not all about time. So I want you to look at your time, I want you to look at your calendar and go, okay, just because this takes 5 minutes and I've got it on my calendar, is that really a 5 minutes that I want to utilize because it takes a giant chunk of my energy to interact with that person. Okay, so I want you to think a little bit beyond the calendar and just and associate time with energy. Okay, that's your challenge for my Capricornis. Now we got our Aquarius. You're already here. Rule 2, we have for Aquarius, which is to treat yourself like royalty. So this is going to be actionable. You might be at this place where you're kind of under like, okay, well, I love myself and I do get that I have worth and value, but like, what does that look like in practice? And what are, I don't know, 3 things? Can I challenge you to find 3 actionable steps? And if you need help on that, that's what the book is here for. That's what the program is here for. Dive in a little deeper if you would like to. There's even freebies on my website. If you look in the description below, you'll be able to get to that. Okay, so just start somewhere with something actionable. Okay, let it be more than just a thought. Start bringing some form and manifestation to your self-love practice. Okay, that's Aquarius. And now we've got Pisces. They're always my besties. Pisces. Ooh, powerful fucking card for Pisces. Check this out. You're like a superhero. Okay, so it says, with great power comes great responsibility, and as our overarching energy. And our underlying theme is personal power. So I feel like you're really starting to understand your power as a person, and that your voice matters and what you do matters, and that you have this ripple effect, that you have these choices you can make, and that's going to affect lineages. It's going to affect your children and your children's children and your children's children's children and your social media friends, and it's going to affect your community, and like what you do matter. Like you're getting this, that like what you do matters. And I just want you to start being like so super intentional about that though. Like, let's challenge you to take it a little step deeper, to be like, okay, so if I've got this power to like make change, how can I use that? And with great power comes great responsibility, because we want to use it for something good. So what is the good thing that's in alignment with your value system? What is the really good thing that you want to do? What's your purpose? What's your God-given mission? Like, what are you supposed to do in the world? And how can you start doing that today? How can you use your power that you have today to start creating that beautiful ripple effect of change? All right, guys, that is it for today. What a phenomenal reading. I loved every second of that. Thank you so much. It's been an honor and a pleasure to be here with you guys. Thank you, God, for allowing me this space to serve your people. I am filled up with energy. I hope is my deepest hope, my biggest desire, that you got something from that today. If you did, please give me some feedback. Let me know what you thought about this reading. Let me know what you think about the How to Wear a Crown Collective. Let me know what you think about the Divine Guidance cards. What did you think? What did you get? Drop it in the comments below. Let me know if you want any other information about me or my work, how to wear a crown. Check out the description below. All of it's there, and I will see you next week. I love you. You're worthy, powerful, and full of potential. Beautiful effing souls. Where's my end button? I'll keep talking if I don't end it. I'm just going to go out blowing kisses. Mwah, 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 mwah. One more high five through the screen. Next through the screen. I'll keep being silly. I got to stop. I'll see you next week. Bye.